Howdy! How's everybody out there in YouTube land today? I hope this finds you well. I hope it's warm where you are. It's been a little nippy here. It's supposed to warm up next week. Get up in the 60s. The 60s for crying out loud. It'll be bikini weather. I'll be laying out naked in the backyard.
All the snow's going to melt.
It has melted here. There ain't no snow left. It's all gone.
Yeah, a little bit on the ground. A couple of holdout spots.
There's no more free snowman kits to give away.
There was flurries earlier, just for about 30 minutes. Didn't lay.
No, we not having none of that. It's not getting that cold here. It's been in the 30s.
Okay.
But yeah, it is what it is. What it is. What it is. Oh my goodness. Well, we got some people out there in the chat room.
Who do we got, Brenda?
Well, it says there's only 2 watching. I don't know where they're coming up now. It says 4. But we got a whole bunch of people out there according to the list. It says Jim Shears is out there. Nita Wheeler's out there. Jay Grady was out there. I think she had to go back to work. Muttnuts World is out there. That's Michelle. And let's see. Harnell Media is out there. And going on down the list. I think that's it. I think we got them so far. Everybody share this thing out. Share. And we will do a giveaway after a while.
Whoops.
Did you know it's March?
Someone told me it was.
March has came in kind of mild here. There's nothing hateful about it. It's just a little cold. I'm hoping that it just keeps warming up, and goes out like a lamb. They come in like a lamb and go out like a lamb.
That'll work.
Hey, did you hit the like button on this?
I hit the like button 4 minutes before the show started on 2 of my channels.
Okay. Well, then
that was easy.
You get the button.
Thank goodness I didn't get the other one. I do not want that other one.
Oh, shoot.
No.
Oh, is there anything exciting going on over in Matt's world?
I bought a basket full of gear for the studio here. Nothing over just small items, but I'm really digging it. So I've got some new toys.
I thought you was going to say you bought a basket full of cookies to go with your red hood. You's going to go skipping through the woods.
I cut cookies out of my diet. Nope. I bought a ball head for cameras. I don't know if you can see.
A bald head?
A ball head. This is my switch pod. I love this thing. And I am going to start doing footage of my Rodecaster Pro on my live streams. Because when I getting the show ready, I put on the countdown timer and I flip different cameras. Every time I touch the Rodecaster Pro, I'm going to flip it to this camera that's going to be held here, which is going to be my iPhone. That's this iPhone holder.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then you're going to watch me push the buttons and move the screens and move the sliders. I thought it'd be a nice little addition. So I got that. I got some zip ties. Look at these things. I love these things. This is, cable management. You got cables. You wrap them up like this.
Color coded even.
Yeah. Red, green, yellow, and black. So I got that. And this is not the only pack that I bought. I bought this pack several times because I like to clean up my stuff. And I'm just getting little things that I need to make it more convenient around here. So those are starting to come in onesie twosies from Amazon. So that's fun.
Well, the things that I need though that make things more convenient, I'm never able to find.
Amazon's a big store.
Well, they don't have what I need. I need like a gardener that has a nice shaped rump. They don't have them over on Amazon.
Rent a spud.
Yeah, I need some feller, the shirtless feller that with good abs that cleans house. So all I got to do is just sit around and watch him. And they don't have that over on Amazon.
Yeah, it's called Tinder.com. You swipe right. Easy.
I try not to be too picky, but even then, there's just certain things I need that I just can't seem to get.
It's legal to hire people to do stuff for you and to do stuff to you, except for a couple actions. That's not. Isn't that stupid? Like you can pay someone to massage you, and that's completely legal. But they touched the wrong part. Illegal.
Yeah.
Like, what's the difference? It's all skin. Anyway.
Can't be no happy endings. Oh my goodness. So we got Kopi in the house, got Jaden in the house. Hello to both of you. Glad you're here.
Hi,
We'll
Kopi.
be doing a giveaway here in a little while. So invite your friends, get everybody in here.
You got to be live in order to win. Live on the show.
That's right.
Stick around.
Oh my goodness. I really have not done a whole lot of anything this week, just little, paperworky things.
Yeah.
I finally went out to the mailbox. Well, I went out Monday and got a big wad of stuff out of there. It was all trash. And then I went out today, which would have just been, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday's mail. Lord have mercy. It's like 5 pounds of trash in there. Not one thing that was worth anything in the mailbox, just like 5 pounds of trash.
My friend who works at the post office got his congratulations on 25 years of service, and it came 2 years late. So my comment was, let me guess, it was shipped by USPS.
Somebody sent me a letter in October. I still have not received it.
Yeah.
And
Crazy.
every once in a while they'll ask me, have you got it yet? No. Now, how does this happen?
I don't know.
They told me that they asked the postal service there what the holdup was, and they said, oh, we don't have any truck drivers.
Well, the post office has just been crippled with the election stuff, with underfunding, with running out of money, with this and with that. It's a almost defunct government agency, a self-funded government. That's the difference between the post office.
We did better with the Pony Express back in the day than we're doing with the post office now.
Yeah.
Lord have mercy. Don't have no truck drivers.
Logistics is a tough thing. Did you know UPS added code to their software for truck drivers to make as few left turns as possible? Because when you're at an intersection, you don't have to wait as long to go right. And they're saving thousands of dollars in fuel because they're not idling at stoplights because the routes are configured to turn left less often.
Yeah, I read that the other day, and they also like have cameras in the trucks and stuff to watch everything that they do. And I thought, well, what the hell kind of a job is that? I mean, you can't even scratch anything without the boss knowing about it.
They've always been very strict with their. I even remember, oh my gosh, 15, 20 years ago, some of the coworkers that I worked with in the office, one of the people, her husband was a UPS driver way back when, and she was talking about, oh yeah, you got to be on it, and so many delivery, like they were on them even back then. It's a tough job.
Man, oh man. Jim Bashir says it's not trash, it's bulk mail. Same difference. Because it comes in the front door, it goes in the trash can, it goes out the back door and into the alley where the trash man picks it up.
See, I love when the trash can is outside and I haven't got the mail yet. I just go from the mailbox to the trash can. Don't even bring it in the house.
Well, so they got ours set up separate. At the front is the mailbox, and at the back is where they pick up the trash. So you got to carry it all the way across the property.
Well, what you do is you tear down your house and you rebuild a house with the front door on the opposite side. Problem solved.
I'd rather hit the lottery and move, get down to Hot Springs, Arkansas, and then I could just hire somebody to get the mail for me.
Well, there you go.
Hire somebody to get the mail, somebody take out the trash.
Jim Bashir knows what's up. He says bulk mail keeps USPS open.
Yeah. Well,
it's times are changing. It used to be that's the way you got information. When I worked at the art house, it was all delivering physical media. We would floppies used to be the first thing that went in the mail, and then it was zip disks, and then we would burn CDs, and write it into the schedule. Needs to ship this day. The customer needs to get it that day. And, that we would rebill the freight to and now it's all FTP, attach it to email. Done.
Yeah.
So,
well, when you do actually have some mail, you would like to actually get that mail, not be waiting 6 months or more for the mail to actually get here.
Some people are like, well, you need documents that you need to sign with a pen. Well, now they have e-sign, they have e-signatures. Having paper delivered is a pain. And even I have a flexible spending plan for health. So, I get deducted from my paycheck tax free and it goes into account. And then I go to the doctor and I submit and then they reimburse me. Well, if you reimburse it electronically to your bank account, 2 days. If you get a paper check, 10 to 12 days. So by not getting on the technology bandwagon, I'm burning up days I don't have money in my bank account.
Yeah.
So there's real world consequences to this.
Yeah. When I did my Medigap a couple weeks ago, I did it over the phone. And I wondered how they's going to handle that with, the signature stuff. I figured, well, I give him the information, he'll send it to me, and then I got to sign it and send it back. No. He recorded it. And then my recorded agreement was my signature.
There you go. Interesting how this... See,
yeah.
I love when technology moves. You know what I love more? I love the analogies that people say. Oh, the candlestick makers went out of business when the incandescent light bulb, and boo, it's like save the candlestick maker. People make the argument not that this is bad, that progress is bad. There's a whole bunch of them. There's the buggy whip manufacturers cracking it on your no need for that when the automobile came out, the internal combustion engine. And the one I really, this is actually kind of cool because I'm learning how to play the piano. When AM radio became a thing, piano sales dropped 95% practically overnight because people would get instruments in their house and they would hire people to come over and play during the ball or the dinner, the galas that they would throw in their houses. And then if you've got an AM radio, why do you need a piano? Why do you need to hire? So the piano manufacturing industry was hurt by AM radios.
Yeah.
Can you believe that? It's just come on, people.
Well, that's why everybody's in a big rush to find out what's the next latest and greatest and best thing that we can invest in.
Cryptocurrency.
Something is going to go awry. And, we're whatever we're putting our money in, it's going to become archaic. We're going to be losing money. So we got to find the latest and greatest, and people are investing in the electric cars and the solar panels and,
I've been buying Tesla. And every time I buy Tesla, it goes down. I buy more and it goes down. And I buy more and it goes down. I'm not giving up. It's going to turn around. And, crypto. I bought $50 of Ethereum cryptocurrency just for funsies. Just to
I think it took a beating today. I think XRP was the only thing that really held out today. The market took a beating. Everything took a beating today.
I could take a look. Let's see.
Because it dropped 900 points at one juncture.
The market's different. So let's see.
Yeah, but everything took a beating.
Oh yeah, look, it's down. 47, 40. Yeah. My $50 investment is now worth $47.51.
I give it a few days; it'll turn back around.
Yeah, well, it's crypto; it's different. It's not the New York Stock Exchange. That's quick.
No, but give it a few days; it'll turn back around. You can look at any charts and you'll see that's exactly what happens. It's very, very rare that anything goes down and then just stays down.
Have you been following with these NFTs, the non-fungible tokens? Do you know anything about that?
No.
Oh my gosh. It is insane. They figured out a way to authenticate a digital work as the original, an uncopyable, not that you can't copy it, but it will permastamp the owner of something digital. And people are putting digital art into the marketplace, and they're selling for millions of dollars.
Huh.
And the NBA, the basketball, they're saying this highlight clip, this 5-second clip, they're putting it in the system, and people are buying the ownership of these video clips, and they're going for hundreds of thousands of dollars. It's called a non-fungible token that's assigned to a digital work. So as an artist, you can upload your asset, and it will assign it as the original and put it on the Ethereum blockchain, which is like an internet for cryptocurrency that cannot be faked, and you cannot, and it has a transaction registry, and then you can put it on the marketplace and people can buy it, and when they buy it, people can rebuy it. So it's sort of like the Brooklyn Bridge. You just buy it because you know someone else is going to come along and buy it for more than you, and it just keeps going like that. And these people are making millions of dollars for these digital, and some of the work is just pixel art, 25 pixels across, and some of it's like 3D rendered awesome stuff. I'm like, it's a thing now. It's a thing because, you could buy a copy of the Mona Lisa for next to nothing, but there's only one original, and the original has value. They've taken that same concept in the physical world and made it digital with an ironclad, unbeatable, unhackable way to remove the ownership off the original work of something digital. It doesn't keep it from being copied. Oh, you can copy it all you want, but there's a record of who's the owner of that one. And people are going, I'm telling you, it's a different world we're in now. They're trying to make an internet that is on the backbone of a crypto network. So get rid of HTTPS. It'll be a different internet, but it will all be on the blockchain, and it will be not controlled by any organization. Complete non-ownership of the thing. You got to play by the rules. A lot of problems with legal stuff is you could the spirit of, I challenge the spirit of the law, and then you have lawsuits go crazy. That doesn't fly on the crypto blockchain. You have explicit contracts that are unchallengeable, and if certain conditions are met, then money moves around. If both parties sign, the transaction is going to happen no matter what. Like, you can't get out of it. It's a fantastic world that we're about to be immersed in, that's going to be non-owner and non-challengeable. Then the evil influencers that are pulling the strings from the top down are gone, because there are none. They're explicitly written out of the system. There is some wacko, awesome stuff coming down for society as a whole. It's really exciting.
Yeah. No more market manipulation. No more manipulating the silver and the gold market. No more manipulating everybody. Yeah.
It's the people are going around just asking themselves, what industry can we remove ownership from? And they're freaking doing it, and it's working. And the model is valid and ironclad and unchangeable. Like, you can't. I'm just like, who had the idea to even think about doing something like this? Because that's the whole idea with blockchain, is you can't fake it. Like, you can't manipulate it.
Now, if we could just get Senate and Congress to stop manipulating, if we could find some way around all that so that it runs a lot smoother.
Well, the Senate and Congress and the Treasury manipulates currency. That's gone. Blockchain.
Yeah, but look at how they're manipulating us with this stimulus thing. They said back in January, oh, it's not going to take very long to push this through. We'll have this through in just a few weeks. And here we are almost 2 months later, and they're playing games over in the Senate now. They want to have the secretary, whoever she is, they want her to read the entire bill, which is 600 pages. It's going to take like 10 hours to do it because they're trying to put it off while they come up with some other thing to add to it or take out of it or whatever they're doing and playing games. In the meantime, people are out here losing their homes, losing their automobiles, some losing their lives. But the people in Washington are so out of touch. They haven't got a clue as to what the common people are going through. And, it's just sad that we can't put some sort of a cap on them that says, hey, stop the manipulation. The people that elected you into office. But we need to do more recalls is what we need to do. When we catch these people in Washington pulling these shenanigans, we need to just recall them.
Well, as soon as you take office, corporations just throw money at you. Mm-hmm. They're just like, here's 25 grand. Oh, there's a bill coming up. Vote yes on it, please.
Well, see, that's where integrity kicks in. They're already making at least $170,000 a year.
Oh, their salary is nothing. It's lobbying where you get the cash from.
It may be nothing, but it's way more than what us little peons out here are making. Yeah. And they're getting that high salary, which needs to be cut way back. They get all these vacations. I've never seen anybody vacation the way they do.
Oh yeah,
Lord have mercy. Every time you
know what I love? They get unlimited free health care for life.
Yeah. Yeah, man. They don't have to follow any of the rules or anything that the rest of us do. No, they get to do whatever.
I was thinking of running for Senate just to get a good doctor checkup. I mean, give me that MRI, head to toe, find everything that's wrong with me and fix it. Doesn't cost me anything. Vote Haas 2026.
You need Sherry Lewis, and you could be Lamb Chop.
Hey, if it gets me free health care, I'll be anything.
She could be the puppeteer, have her hand up your hoo-hoo, and make you say whatever it is she wants you to say, and
fix all my ailments, and you can do whatever you want. I'll work with you.
What's that say? Dave Hart says, just invest in
out of print Dr. Seuss books.
Okay. Yeah, I couldn't make it out. I put drops in my eyes right before the show, and so if it looks like I'm crying, I'm not. It's just the drops making them leak.
Gotcha. Luana Pierce is here. Hi, Luana.
Oh, hey, Luana. I didn't see you come in. Hello to Dave, and
get hello your friends to Steve. We're doing a giveaway. We can't do a giveaway with, only a handful of viewers.
First, I wanted to ask you, how's your diet going?
Well, good so far. Good. I miss a few foods. For the audience's information, I stopped eating carbs. I'm on the low carb diet. I didn't realize that I am ejecting all the electrolytes from my body with the absence of carbs, which causes severe muscle cramps. So I had a spell where I didn't fall down. Like I bent over and I couldn't move my back up. So I gently brought myself to the ground, finally got flat, and I could not get off the ground. So the wife's in the other room, and I'm like, oh, she's like, what's wrong? I'm like, don't come in. She peeks her head in. I'm laying flat on the ground. She goes, what the heck is going on? I was like, I can't get up. Don't touch me. So after a couple minutes, I finally got myself to I never had a muscle cramp so bad. It was unlike anything. So now I'm hitting the energy drinks to replenish that. And
well, I want to acknowledge Luana's super chat, and then I'll tell you a story about cramping.
Oh, my
Everybody
goodness.
will enjoy it.
Okay.
But thank you, Luana. There's a little cowbell just for you. Bless your heart. Little dancing pear up there.
Here's a super chat lights. Thank you, Luana. Super chats and super stickers help pay for shipping of the free giveaways. So please help Brenda out with that.
And we'll say hello to, I think that's Thomas Morango.
Oh, Tomas, hello.
Good, glad to see you. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the group.
We're doing a giveaway soon, Tomas, and it's one person in the chat's going to get a free prize mailed to them anywhere in the lower 48 states. So stick around.
So now, here's my story about the cramp. You think
Okay.
what you had was bad?
Yeah, I do. No?
That was cakewalk, baby. That was a cakewalk.
Oh, no.
Back in 2010, I fell out in the barn. I slipped out there, and I broke my left ankle in 4 places.
Uh-oh.
And did the splits. Now, I'm a big girl.
You mean
It's almost impossible.
with your legs?
It's almost impossible for a big girl to do the splits, but I proved it could be done.
Did your split go one forward, one back, or both to the side?
Well, kind of one forward, one back. I mean,
Okay.
One of these deals. Yeah. And as I went down, I heard my ankle crack, 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 crack. So I got myself drug up to the house. I was covered in muck and everything else, and I got myself cleaned up. I got my ankle ice down. I had to order me one of them boots, to put on it. Because I don't go to doctors and hospitals and fool with any of that kind of silliness. I just take care of it myself. So I got me one of them boots. I wrapped it all up there and gommed it together until I got the boot. And I got the boot on, and I couldn't walk. I had some crutches. I'm crippling around on crutches. I had a desk chair with wheels on it, and I had hardwood floor, so I was able to drag myself around the house to be able to fix something to eat and, do what needed done there. For as little as I could do, let dogs in and out and whatever. But I'd been in the boot, I think, about 3 days. And I'm beginning to feel like, I got some stuff outside I got to take care of, because I had a great big watering trough for my dogs that I kept out in the barn. And I knew that watering trough would be getting low on water now, because it had been about a week. And I had to get water out there for those dogs. There's nobody there to do it but me, got to get her done. So the watering spigot was on the far side of the house from the barn. But it had a hose hooked up to it that ran out to the barn. That's all you had to do is go around there and turn the water on. The problem with that was, in order to get to where the water spigot is, you had to go down a very steep incline that was about 2.5 foot deep. And here I was with a broken ankle. Well, I didn't take my crutches. I didn't take my cane. I just eased out off the deck, eased around the side of the house to where that little dip was. And as I am going down that dip to where the faucet is, I start getting a cramp in my left gluteus maximus.
Uh-oh.
And then I got one in the right gluteus maximus.
A double? No way.
And then they start crawling up each side of my spine,
Brenda.
cramping my butt and my back all the way up to the top of my head. I'm wearing my ass for a hat. The tears are running down my face. And I'm thinking, how in the hell am I going to get this water pumped and get this job done today? About that time, the neighbor man comes out of his barn, and being the uncompassionate person he was, he just looked at me and he says, "Where's your cane?" And I said, "I left it in the house." And I mean, the tears are just pouring. And he says, "I bet the next time you don't forget it." And walked on into his house and left me standing there, drowning in puddles of tears. I finally made it back up the hill, and then I knew, hey, you got to get the water turned back off here in a little bit. When that tank fills up, that water's got to be turned off. So I set up on the deck. I could see out to the barn, with that tank filled up. And then I eased back around there, and I managed to get down there and get that turned off. But, I mean, the pain was already there. It took over a week for the pain from that to go away. I call it the ass hat cramp.
I hope that never happens to me. I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy. That sounds terrible.
So when, people start talking about cramps and how bad they are, I'm like, yeah, but you never wore your ass for a hat.
Man.
Yeah.
Not good.
That is the story. I'll tell you what, right there. And the ankle eventually healed up, and I was able to get rid of the boot. It took 8 weeks, but yeah.
You think it was just like lack of activity that caused the cramps? I mean, what?
Well, yeah, probably, and probably not enough water, because I was having to just sit a lot, and having trouble getting around. So I wasn't drinking as much water and stuff as what I had been drinking. And so, you say dehydration, and the fact that your body's just gone through a major trauma, like all that breaking and stuff going on, and not enough activity, just a whole combination of things. And then pushing yourself down a ravine. But when you're the only one there,
glad it's over.
Yeah, when you're the only one there and stuff's got to be done, then you do it. You just suck it up and do it. Oh my goodness. Yeah, Luann said, sorry that happened to you. Me too.
Mr. Doughboy's here. Hi, Mr. Doughboy 356.
Hello, Mr. Doughboy. Good to see you. Now Luann says, Lord have mercy, Brenda. Yep, sure enough. That was horrible pain. I'm not going to say it's the worst pain I've ever been through, but it was the longest, I'll tell you, because it took forever for all that pain to go away. It had to, go from the top of my head all the way back down to my rump. Everything had to relax and slide right back down where it came from.
All these things going wrong with us. I'm going to soon be booked for a full hearing test, like in the booth with a real doctor, taking notes and doing all of the blips and the bloops. And can you hear it? So I'm going to just see how much hearing loss I've had, because it's getting worse.
Luanna says, I am blessed, lucky, and grateful for it. When I fell just outside my house, I cracked a few ribs. Bruises didn't show up until 2 days. Lord, it looked like a bat was taken to me.
Oh, no, Luanna, that sucks.
I fell out.
There's nothing they can do for ribs except like wrap them, I think, right? Yeah. They just have to live with it till it heals.
Yeah, I fell outside a Kroger store in the winter one time on the ice. They hadn't salted the sidewalk, and it was early in the morning. I thought I could just get in there and get what I needed and get out. I got up there to where the sidewalk was, off the street, and I put one foot on that sidewalk, hit black ice, and down I went like a sack of rocks. Boom! And they could all see me through the big picture glass window there, where they're ringing up grocery stuff. And this one man comes out, and here I am trying to crawl back up off of that ice, and he says, are you all right? I love it how people ask you that. Well, not exactly. I'm kind of laying here in the middle of the black ice, beat all to hell. I said, why haven't they got any salt down? He said, well, I'm going to find out. So he went back in, started shaking trees, and they got out there with some salt and got it down on the sidewalk. And I didn't think I was hurt. I knew I was bruised up some until later that day. Right here in my hand, this, I don't know, the cartilage or whatever that is where your finger attaches right in here, I had chipped that in there. And of course, I didn't go to no doctors or ER or anything with it. They offered at Kroger, take me to the ER and have me checked out. I said, no, I don't think I need that. But that was chipped, and it took a good year for that to heal itself up in there when I fell.
Wow.
So even though you don't think you've hurt yourself when you fell, there's things liable to show up. But yeah, I went, straight down both hands, and I just caught that one just right. I guess they're on that cement and caught that.
I'm so careful not to injure my hands because my life would stop. I mean, the woodworking would stop, piano would stop, working on the computer full time would stop. I mean, I need these 10 digits.
You'd adapt.
Well, it wouldn't be easy.
I mean, there's people without hands that do things with their feet.
Well, that's true. That's true. Jim Dockrell's here. Hi, Jim.
Hey, Jim, my brother from another mother. How's things going in the baptismal pool?
Does he have a font? I wonder if he has a font, because that's like a religious artifact. It's like a pedestal with a bowl on it with the holy water in it. That's called a font.
Yeah. So
is this. These are fonts.
I don't think they had font because they had a pool. You don't need a font, you got a pool.
Gotcha.
I mean, even babies you can dip in the pool.
Luana says honey will fix me up. Should I drench myself in honey?
I got some March fun facts.
Ooh, March fun facts. Okay, let's bring them home.
Okay, the first one says it is the first month of spring, which begins between March the 19th and the 21st. So it's not always just on the 21st. Sometimes it's the 19th or the 20th.
Okay.
Not everybody knows that. And then in the southern hemisphere, March is the same as September in the northern hemisphere.
Okay.
So you got spring and you got fall. Each year, March and June end on the same day of the week.
That true?
March and June end on the same day of the week.
Not in 2021. March 31st. Oh, I see. They're still Wednesday. Okay. Yeah, they're both on Wednesdays. Confirmed for 2021.
Yeah, June doesn't have a 31.
No. But they are both on the Wednesday. Yeah. Interesting.
It is the time of year when animals start to wake up from hibernation.
What does that include? The cicadas?
Probably.
That's going to happen this year.
We're going to have a nasty year of them things. March Madness is basketball tournament played by the NCAA.
Everyone's doing brackets. Are you doing brackets for the basketball? I'm baseball. Talk to me about baseball. I don't do basketball.
Easter is sometimes celebrated in March, but not this year. This year it'll be April 4th. It all has to do with the equinox, when the equinox falls. So there's some fun facts about March that maybe some of you didn't know.
If the audience has any true but interesting facts, put them in the chat, and Brenda and I will riff off them. That's what we do here on Mind Equals Blown.
Luana says if you hurt your hands, they'd fix up.
With honey. Yeah.
Well, stick them to something.
Honey is a miracle substance. Do you know you don't digest honey? It's pre-digested because the bees digest it for you. I think that's so cool. And it's good for your stomach. Like if you're having stomach issues, honey is good for that.
Oh, okay. Here's what she's trying to say. Doc would fix your hands, Mad Honey.
Oh.
She calling you honey. I think Luana's sweet on you.
I sent her a little love letter because she says, just expressing endearment because we care about you. Oh, wow. We care about you too, Luana, and I do too.
Well, I think we probably need to do a giveaway. What do you think?
We can do a giveaway. Let's do it.
All right. You want to do the intro?
Okay, we'll do the intro. Everybody, make sure you are not behind time. Take that playhead and drag it all the way to the right because we're going to say go and ask you to do something. And if you're dilly-dallying, not up to speed, you're going to miss out. Jimbo just came in. Hi, Jimbo. We're doing the giveaway. Brenda is going to say go in a minute. And when she does, you're going to put a number in the chat. She's going to tell you the range of numbers. You're going to pick one number. If your number matches the number she pre-picked and wrote down on a piece of paper, you'll win one of 4 prizes that she'll tell you after the winner's announced. You only guess once. Only guess once. She's going to write this number down out with words in characters. She's not going to do it in digits on the piece of paper. Those words are going to have odd capitalization because she knows that bothers me. Since I have a career in publishing, we would never miscapitalize letters in the middle of words, but she does it just to aggravate me. So the bonus chance, there's a bonus prize you could win if you guess the number of capital letters in the written out word. And so you would put that in the chat as the digit slash and then another digit. The second digit is the number of capital letters you think she wrote out. So what's the range of numbers that we're going to be picking from this time?
Well, first of all, let's say that if you live outside the country, you're still welcome to play. But if you win, then you'll need to pay the postage, or you can donate it to somebody else that's in the chat. The range we have this evening is between 60 and 70. Between 60 and 70.
Let me go back. Don't guess yet. Wait.
Don't guess yet. I ain't said the magic word.
All right, I'm ready. When you're ready, say go.
Go.
All right, there we go, folks. Pick one number between 60 and 70. Only guess once, and then do a slash with a smaller number, which is the number of capital letters for the bonus prize. And, if you do see other entries, don't repick an entry because you don't want a duplicate. Okay, we got 2, 3 entries are in here. Keep guessing, folks. Guess, guess, guess. If you are from out of the country and you win, you can...
We got a winner.
Pay the postage or gift it to someone else.
We got a winner.
We do have a winner.
We got a winner. I got Luana as the winner.
69. There are 5 capital letters. She picked 4. You just missed the bonus by 1, but congratulations, Luana, for winning the prize. She is our winner.
So that's the
Herb
winner.
Hooper is here. Hi, Herb.
Hey, good to see you, Herb. Welcome to the gang. We're just doing a giveaway here.
Oh.
Now, the first item that we got is one of my dragon eye pendants.
Nice.
That's the dragon eye pendants on a silver thing to hang it with.
I like that.
I've got, let's see. I've got the hat band for the cowboy hat. This is a really nice hat band. I'm surprised it's still here. And we got the iPad flexible holder and the hard pack holder. It's brand new, still in the package. And I've got the memory book or whatever you want to call it that I make.
The picture book.
Picture book. You can put memories. You can put recipes. You can put all kinds of things in there. Got a whole load of pages in it. You can slide index cards and stuff into. And it's decorated on the back as well. So there's the 4 things we got tonight. I got the iPad thing. I got the book. I got the hat band. And I've got the dragon eye pendant.
Dragon eye pendant. Okay.
So Lynn, tell me which one you want. I'll put your name on it.
Congratulations. And again, super chats and super stickers help pay for shipping to fund these giveaways that Brenda does.
Jim Dockrell said, if you made a pendant from a dragon eye, who's looking after the poor blind dragon?
Well, with the dragon's hoard of gold, the dragon can pay someone to look after it.
I think so. So I'm waiting on Luanna to tell me which item that she wants, so I can put her name on it. I think it shocked her so much she fell off her chair.
She's just happy to be a winner. She wants a dragon eye pendant.
Okay, the dragon eye pendant. All right, I'll put your name on
She doesn't
that.
have an iPad, and she doesn't have a hat.
Okay.
Good deal. Smaug is in the fog, says Jim Dockrell. Smaug, the fire drake from the north.
She said the decision was made for her because she didn't have stuff to go with everything else. All righty. Well, be sure and send me your mailing address again over on Messenger. My poor little brain's in a fog tonight. And that way I'll have it and won't have to go digging for it. And I can get this mailed out tomorrow when I go to the post office. Got a couple little errands to run tomorrow. I can get my car out of the garage now because the stove's melted.
Run your errands.
Gosh, I was so sick and tired of having to battle that snow. If it would have been bad enough had I had the van. But the van, I could bully it around and have it go where I needed to go because it's set up so high. But you ain't going to do that in a Beetle. That Beetle's belly drags the ground. It's like, no, I ain't going through no 2 foot of snow. Are you kidding me?
Yep. No, I still got my guy. And he calls me too. He's now texting me. He's like, you want me to shovel your driveway? I'm like, get on over here.
Well, my guy's getting a little old for the shoveling, but he's got some young boys that he's trying to train to do the shoveling. The problem was the last time, well, they've only shoveled it once for me, but when they came over here, they came over right at dark. And then I was not going to go out of here after dark on the icy sidewalks trying to see what they had done and break a hip and all that. I just went ahead and paid them. And they, they did okay, but it wasn't really good enough for me to get the car out. So I had to wait a week for the snow to get melted off so that I could go ahead and do what I needed to do.
You pay to get it done, and now you can't utilize.
Well, I could have bitched and moaned about it, and they would have come back over here, but they wouldn't have been happy either. And I thought, live and learn. Next time when they're going to come over here, I'll just make sure they're going to come over here well before dark, or they'll have to wait till the next day to do it. That's all there is to it.
Right.
I'm not going to pay them without being able to see what they have done. But they didn't even shovel the sidewalks off good. The sidewalks were still iced up till you couldn't even walk on them. Just trying to go out the back door was taking your life in your hands. And so I'm like, okay, well, live and learn. It was their first attempt and my first time using them. So we both learned a lesson. But man, I hope we don't get no more snows like that. I haven't had to have anybody come and shovel for several years now because it snows, but in 2 or 3 days it's melted off, just, an inch or 2, maybe 3, and it's gone.
Yeah, well, last time we had like 3.5 inches. He's like, should I do it? I'm like, no, because that adds up.
Yes, it does.
I'm shelling out cash each time, and so I figure I can handle 3 inches. But it really turned out to be like 5. I probably should have had him do it that last time, but whatever. I'll give it a go. So I did. No,
I think it depends on how bad you got to get in and out, and how much traffic you're going to have at your house and all that. There's not much traffic here. I like to be able to go out and use the mailbox, get my mail, and I like to be able to go out and get my car out of the garage and run some errands if I need to run some errands. I'm generally not going to go very far. It's just someplace here in town to pick something up or go to a post office or bank or something like that. It doesn't amount to much, but I like to be able to get out. If you can't get out of the garage, you ain't going nowhere.
Now, see, the driveway is a challenge because it's very steep.
Ooh.
So we clear it off because you can get out of the driveway, no problem, because gravity's on your side, but you can't get back up. And I was trying to get up the driveway with 3 inches on. I'm like, it'll go through 3 inches. I went up and my car started to slide back down and went completely sideways. But it's not sideways level. It's sideways cantilever. I'm like, oh my God, my car is going to flip over. I was completely 90 degrees over. I was like, oh no. So I backed up into my grass and then sort of went on into the street. But because I'm sitting like this in the car. It's like the cars aren't meant to do that. They're meant to go up a hill like this way and go this. They're not meant to go that way. But anyway, so yeah, we got to clear it off. And I have the guy that surfaced it. He surfaces it with petroleum-based sealant, which is better than the plasticky kind. Anyway, he sold me these rocks that you throw out, but they're iron. They're iron spat, I think, from like some sort of manufacturing process. These little shards of iron come off, and he's like, you have to wear eye protection because if it gets it, because they're sticky. If it gets in your eye, it won't come out. Like it's like an adhesion. I don't know what it is. Something about these, and he's like, you will need to get to a surgeon to have these little rocks out. Now they don't melt. It won't melt, but I can throw these things on my driveway to help get traction to go up it. But I keep a pair of goggles next to it. And I wrote on the container, I'm like, severe eye irritant, wear goggles, not a joke. So anyway.
Wow.
Slag, that's what I think it is. It's slag. Exactly, Jim Bashir. He sold me a big bucket of iron slag or whatever it is. Yeah.
Well, and I was saying that I could get a home in a senior village. And she said, where was it? Montana, where it was you have dreams of going? No, it's Arkansas. And I don't think if I have that kind of money that I could move, I would be thinking about a senior center. I think I would be seeing if Amazon couldn't add to the list of things that I need for me to be able to live there very happy in Arkansas. Like, that gardener that has the well-shaped behind and the the shirtless guy with the good abs that's going to clean my house. And
oh, look, Jim says from steel mills. We use it all over the place around here. Yeah, for heaven's sake, wear eye protection because they're going to have to get the tweezers on that thing and yank it out of your eyeball. Crazy stuff.
But
it works.
Don't sound like fun.
The tires grip it. The tires can get up that way.
Matt from Thunderdome.
Well, that's the one thing about this house is the driveway is just killer. And there's nothing you can do. Like, you can't change geometry. Like, I can't throw money and make my driveway less steep. I go from here to here's the road. Like, you can only, unless I get like an elevator, roll it on.
Yeah.
That's the only thing.
And that frees up in the wintertime. So, you'd either be on the street or you'd be up in the garage.
Yeah, the last thing I need is another mechanical device that could fail and needs maintenance and engineers.
But it says senior villages, they do the shoveling and the repairs. Hey, if I've got the kind of money that I expect to get in order to be able to get to Arkansas, I will have money enough to pay somebody to do the shoveling and the repairs and anything else I need done. I mean, they'll be peeling grapes and fanning me with palm fronds.
Well, did I tell you last show that I got the senior living piece of mail?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Drive Village. Like, come enjoy easy life. I was like, I'm only 50. I'm not ready for this.
There's some people that need that sort of thing. I've got a friend that he's getting up in years and he's having a really rough time getting around, and he gets stuck in his house and can't get out. He can't get his driveway shoveled. He can't get any relatives to come and do anything for him. He's always in some kind of a dilemma about something going on. He's about to have, he can't hardly walk. I mean, most of the bones in his body are now steel rods, and he's about to have his shoulder operated on. He said, well, I guess I'm going to be one-armed bandit for quite some time after this surgery. I don't know how I'm supposed to get around with that, and I don't have anybody to stay with me. And so I said, I hate to bring this up to you again, but you might want to think about assisted living. He says, I don't even want to think about it. And I said, well, you'll be having plenty of time to think about it when you're sitting there on your collective, wishing you had somebody to fix your lunch or help you bathe or help you dress or do something. And he had to end the conversation, because I guess it was just too painful for him. He made some excuses. But I thought, look, nobody really wants to look forward to that. But they have some very good senior communities where you have your own house there, or, your own apartment, whatever you want to call it. Yeah. And you can go and come and do as you please. You got your car whenever you want to come and go and do. They come and clean your house. They come and fix your meals or drop off meals. They keep the sidewalks cleared and all that sort of thing. And, if you can figure out how to get into them, if you got enough money to buy in, to get into something like that, and you're in the capacity that you cannot care for yourself the way you need to be taken care of anymore, then yeah, that's something you definitely need to consider.
My friend used to do some sort of business with that, and he was explaining it to me. Like, they have different tiers of service. One where you're completely independent, and if you need something, you can ring or get a hold of someone to help you. And then they go into like partially assisted and then to where they're basically doing everything for you. So you kind of graduate up into these different tiers of service depending on what your needs are.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. He says they're just like normal. I mean, they're people. They're normal people.
Yeah. And I told him, I said, it don't cost nothing to ask some questions. Just ask some questions, go around. There's a slew of different ones around, that he could just go in and talk to them and ask some questions. Say, I'm just gathering information. I ain't signing nothing. I ain't agreeing to nothing. I'm just going around to different places and getting some information to see if any of these, I qualify for, or I'd be suited for, or I'd be interested in, and tell him what his needs are, the things that he needs space for. And
now my one friend, she was 49 at the time. She got special approval to move into a gated community that was 50 and above. And it wasn't assisted living, but they had several community centers where you could do yoga, and they would publish newsletters, and it was, you lived in your apartment into this community. And so it was like, I guess, a step below assisted living. It was just a community. You had to be over 50. And then they had like a social director in the neighborhood. And then you would see all the old people with their yoga mats all coming in, to walk into the community center or whatever they were doing. And and she got approval to live, and she lived there for about a year. And then she moved out of state. She did something else. I'm like, that was an odd choice of home that you bought in this place. Yeah. I was like, okay, I guess those exist too.
Yeah. Yeah. I've heard of places like that. Yeah. Luann says senior villages are different from senior assisted living.
Maybe that's what it was, a senior village, but it wasn't like I don't think you could call someone to come and take care of you. But they just had, all your neighbors were old, and they had things you could do every day. They had little time slots. They're like, okay, this hour, there's these 3 things you can sign up. It was like a cruise. So you ever get those calendars on the cruise where they're like, here's everything you can do at 7:05 and everything you can do. It wasn't that extensive, but it was the same type of concept. I'm like, that's an interesting development. It was an interesting community.
Jim Shear says the villages in Florida is a whole city like that.
Oh, or some communities have wood shops, says Dave Hart. Nice.
Luana says, don't kid yourself. Those villages are hotbeds of activity.
Well, I hear. Oh, Chris Nealon. Did we say hi to Chris Nealon? Hi.
No, I didn't say Chris. Hey, Chris.
Like, they have their own concerns. Like, I heard, like, this is gonna sound awful, but like gonorrhea was running rampant in some of these assisted living, because these old people are all banging each other. It's like they had STDs going crazy there. It's Bad.
Well, speaking of that, I got another little story I'll tell you.
Well,
I went
jot
up to
them down.
I went up to the eye doctor the other day. I made an appointment, because of the virus thing. You got to make appointments everywhere you go. I made the appointment. I get up there, and they had the section where you go in, check in and all that. They had that roped off. Well, I just moved the rope and walk in there. Oh my God, you'd have thought that hell had broke loose. And they run me out of there with pitchforks and oh geez. And I said, well, listen, if I'm gonna have to stand in here, I've got to have a chair or something to sit in. I can't be standing here. I'll be down the floor. So they slid a chair out there for me to sit in, wait on them. So she finally comes up there where that rope is. She's got her little clipboard, thinking that she's just, Miss Posh. And she says, I have to ask you a few questions. I said, oh, I bet you do.
So I love your response right off the top. Like that was a classic Brenda response. Okay.
I thought, you've already pissed me off of running me out of here, like I'm, somebody going to rob the joint or something, and thinking that, here I am, an old woman, you're going to make me stand out here for however long until you get around to talking to me. So she has her little clipboard and she starts asking me these, have you had any of these symptoms, blah, 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 blah. And I said, no. And she says, well, have you been around anybody, blah, 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 blah. No. And there was two more goofy questions like this. And when she got all done with those questions, I said, seems to me that I should be asking you those questions. And she looked at me, she says, what? And I said, it seems to me I should be asking you those questions. And she says, well, why? And I said, you're around all these people every day. Strangers to you every day. I stay home. I ain't around nobody. But you're exposed to everything in the world. And you're asking me those questions? And she says, well, this is my job. And I said, and it's my job to stay home. But I'm here anyway. I said, honey, even nice people get VD. She didn't know what the hell to say.
Oh. Go, Brenda, go.
Oh, as a matter of fact, she stayed away from me as much as humanly possible. I didn't see her again. Well, no, I take that back. She had another form I was supposed to fill out about my medical stuff. And then she just kind of left it and then come back and got it and went away. And then at the end of the whole thing, she had to bring me up to get out of there after my exam. But
you're like the attack dog. You're like,
but ain't it the truth?
Yeah.
I mean, they're the ones that are around people all the doggone time. We're the ones that stay at home in quarantine.
I like how you reiterated your question as if when she says, excuse me, as if you thought she didn't hear what you said.
Yeah.
Like she was asking you, she really wanted you to elaborate, but no, you stick her with the double question.
Yeah. It was the King's English. There wasn't anything to get confused about.
I love it.
If she wanted a more explicit explanation of that question, then she should have asked for a more explicit explanation.
True.
But I thought if everybody started going to their doctors, dentists, wherever they go, and they're asked those silly questions, if we all start asking them back and say, okay, I answered that, now you answer it.
Okay. I found a cheat code to this whole experience.
Okay.
That is to do the online pre-registration for your doctor's visits.
Well, they didn't have that.
They should all have some sort of patient portal, because I went to the doctor and I saw I could check in online, and they gave me a barcode and they said you can scan the barcode from your phone or print it if you have a printer. Now that's a printer. These fruit items, that's the actual printer. So I took it in, and there was a kiosk, and after the lady had me sign a few things, she says, now you got to go check in there. And it was 7 screens worth of information, but I did it all at home. It says last name, birth date, And then it says, okay, now start this interrogation of 7 screens worth of questions. Or if you have a barcode, scan it. I was like, blip. They're like, you're checked in. I was like, I'm sitting myself down.
See, you're from a big city over in Pennsylvania. You know, I'm from out here in Amish territory. They don't even believe in computers over here. I'm lucky to even have an internet connection where I'm at. So yeah, we don't have things like that.
Oh, believe me. Yeah. Yes, I'm adjacent to the capital of this state, but it is the most rinky-dinkiest, smallest little city. In Pennsylvania, you've got Pittsburgh and you've got Philadelphia. Those are the big metropolises. Harrisburg is the Capitol building and a couple ancillary buildings. That's the whole capital. It's pretty bad.
Yeah, we haven't advanced to anything, you know, that's superior yet here.
Well, what I'm saying is it's not superior where I live. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Philly and Pittsburgh.
It is compared to here.
Oh, jeez.
I mean, when you sit in your living room and you hear the clippity-cloppy of the hooves going up and down the street, you know you're not living in a big thriving metropolis. Looking to see what they adding to it over there in the chat.
Up on the chat.
Yeah, I don't know. I may have to go back tomorrow. My eyes were starting to get kind of, I don't know. I call it schmooey, you know, like they're starting to get an infection in them. So I thought, you know, it's a good idea to get in there and get him to check them. So he gave me some drops. He says, if they ain't no better by Friday, then you probably need to come back. So they're not a whole lot better. I may have to go back in there and face them tomorrow. And they think they're going to ask me the Kobe-Dovies questions again. Then, you know, we're going to have another battle. Jim was saying that I'm going to end up getting tased out there at the entrance desk one of these days.
Dave Hart nailed it. He says Harrisburg is the Capitol building and the farm show complex. Yeah, that farm show complex, man. That farm show runs every year for a week, and every farm show in modern history, it has snowed on at least one of the farm show days. People put it in their calendar like it's going to snow that week. It always does. It always snows at least one day during the week of the farm show. Now, this year they didn't have it because of, you know, COVID-Dovey, and people were freaking out because they couldn't get their potato-based donuts. They make donuts with potatoes here, apparently. They're super high fat. They're so bad for you, but people you can't get enough of them. And someone built like an online website where you could order the farm show donuts that everyone loves. So people had their fix.
I used to go to a swap meet, an animal swap meet over in Ohio in Amish territory, and they had a little food cart truck thing that come in there for the show where it just didn't until like noon. You had till noon to get over there and get what you wanted. But they would fry fresh homemade donuts. And those was the best donuts ever. And if you weren't going to the show for anything else, you would drive clear across the state to get there to get some of them fresh homemade donuts. Dave
Hart says, and the milkshakes. Yeah. Now, see, at the racetrack here, Penn National Racetrack, they had the old-timey whipping milkshake machines, and they would use whole milk, and they would use real vanilla ice cream, like not the fat-free stuff, and then all the other stuff that they did. Best milkshake. I used to go to the track all the time with my family. Sometimes my dad would give me $2. I would put it on a horse, and I said, I want my milkshake now. You would buy these milkshakes. They were delicious. They were so good.
Well, now you're talking about all these fatty foods, but have you heard the good news?
Apparently not.
As of yesterday morning, the scale said that I am down 50 pounds.
50 pounds. Hear the applause? Congratulations. That's awesome.
I'm headed the right direction.
I'm buying a scale tomorrow because the scale we have doesn't really work. Well, I just got weighed at the I had a physical, so I know how much I weigh.
Well, see, when I haven't been to the doctor in like forever and ever and ever, but used to, when I'd go to the doctor, I'd take a 2x4 with me because they get me up on them scales, and that line SOB thing would be telling lies on me because I had a scale at home. I knew what I weighed, and I'd just go to beating the hell out of that scale, that 2x4.
I like those old timey scales with the little rocker thing on it.
Uh-huh.
Those are dead accurate. Those are so. It's
no,
all
that
mechanical.
that was the line SOB that was telling lies on me.
Well,
I mean,
I'm not saying those things never are out of true, but
I stripped down like I was going squirrel hunting, and nothing but my panties and my bra and my what they call that, night vision goggles with my with my air rifle. Poked at a pile of peanuts out on the porch, waiting for the squirrels to show up.
Yeah, so the thing with those scales with the little rocker, the old more mechanical ones, is they got that big block that moves up into like, what is it, 50 at a time or 10 pounds at a time, and then you got the top rail that does 1 to 10 or something like that, and they're like moving the big block over. Okay, they're gonna stop moving that big block over now, and then clank, keep moving it. They're like, geez, come on.
Yeah, what I would do is they'd be clanking it. And they clank it about 4 times. I'd smack them away from it. I'd move it all the way to the end.
Let's get on with it, honey.
Yeah. Stop wasting my time here with this. We already know that my ass is taking up the whole damn room. Let's just move this on down.
Brenda. Oh. Wow.
Oh, shoot. As a matter of fact, there's going to be a new Heather Haven coming out later tonight.
Ooh, goody.
And it has to do with portion control. So
right up my alley.
You might want to pay attention to it. Everybody will want to pay attention to it because there's some good information in there. Well, let me put it this way. There's some free information in there. I never said it'd be good.
Thanks for the clarification. There you go.
Oh, shoot. Well, I hope everybody had a good time in here tonight. I think it's about time for us to wrap this up, call it quits, because I got some steamed cabbage that's waiting for my dinner in the kitchen. I'm going to do that, and then I'll get the heifer up for y'all a little bit later, and you can leave me some feedback and some comments and stuff on the new heifer. So your next one will be what, Monday night?
Monday, 7 p.m. Eastern, all things YouTube. And then Tuesday, the 9th, I'm on Amazon Live at 6 p.m.
What are you going to do there?
I'm doing a show on the Rodecaster Pro, which is the mixing board I have for my microphone. And now that I've graduated into the next premium tier, because I had 90 minutes of consecutive stream time over the 3 shows I did, I applied and they approved me. Now that live stream could appear on the Rodecaster Pro buy pages of Amazon. Like in the shopping, at the bottom, it'll be, here's a live stream about this product. And then if someone watches my live stream, I could get credit for it. So yeah, we'll do that. That's what I'm doing. And I'm Wizard of Haas over on Amazon. Okay. Portal just showed up. Hi, Portal. We're getting ready to shut her down, but we're glad you're here. Drop a like, please.
And then Russell Clarity, he's got his woodworker show tonight, so he's not in the room, but he's planning to do a show Saturday night, as far as I know. And I don't know who the guest is. Jim Bashir's, do you know who the guest is for Saturday night? If you do, type it in the chat, please, so we will know. And I plan to be on the panel if he's going to do a show. He had to cancel last week. I think it was his grandson's birthday or something. And no, he says he doesn't know who it's going to be yet. All right. So we will stay tuned in case he does a show. And then next Thursday, we will be back here. Lord willing, creeks don't rise, whatever. Or I don't get thrown in jail or...
Remember my tip, have bail money with you. It just speeds up the whole process.
I mean, there's always that possibility.
Yeah.
You know, the wrong person comes around at the wrong time and everything falls apart and you know, I'm going to get hauled out of here. And Louetta says, great show. Have a great night. She called you the wizard.
Wizard of Haas. Yep.
Knows how to whiz, all right.
I just put
All
my
right.
logo up there. Yeah.
We're going to hit the big button and say goodnight to everybody. Good night, y'all. We'll see you next week.
Good night.